Welcome back to the third episode of The Masthead with Marie Claire. We know you're downloading in great numbers, and if this is your first episode, then welcome aboard. We've got excellent things in this episode, including a behind-the-scenes shoot with the former supermodel Paulina Porzvcova, who'll be talking about makeup and what she does now. But we'll also have our beauty director, Didi Gluck, talking about what to do in your 20s, 30s and 40s, how to change up your makeup, what sort of foundations and skin creams to use. And I'll be talking to you about a beauty must-have that didn't make the pages of the magazine. So stay tuned.
I asked my editor to approach her and see if she'd be interested in somehow participating in the story. She seemed like someone who would be perfect. There were obviously a lot of photographs available to us that we can go back and look at her in her 20s and 30s. And it'd be interesting to shoot her in the 40s now, obviously because she looks so amazing. I mean, this is fantastic. You really get to see her face here.
Oh, she looks so young and sweet, doesn't she?
First, I was a child in the Czech Republic, and I was like the really pretty girl, and you know, I was a pretty girl in class, and everybody called me the little pretty girl. And then I went through the teenage years where I was the ugly girl, and nobody liked me. And then I became beautiful again. So you know, it's like I've gone through. If I had always felt beautiful from the time I was born until now, I think it'd be a lot harder for me because I wouldn't know what it feels like to, I mean, I actually know what it feels like to be unattractive and have to use something else in order to get attention.
It's interesting though, she has aged so beautifully, not all models necessarily do.
Well, and we want to know what she does, I think. What are the secrets of the way she's aged, other than obviously great lineage?
I think you need to not be afraid to experiment. That goes for everything. You know, to play with products and play with it on your face and see how it makes you feel. I do love night creams, and I try them all out, and I do love day creams. Because I have very dry skin, and I always keep hoping that there is a new miracle ingredient that will help me and nobody else. I'm using Stravectin cream for night. I like the way it stings because it seems like it should be doing something. If it's hurting me, it's got to be good.
Well, she's one of these women also too who's done everything. I mean, she's had a career, she's been a mom, she's been a wife, you know, and now she's back and she's, you know, keeping herself busy. But, you know, she's had sort of a full life up to this point.
I take my work seriously. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to doing anything.
I think she's someone that most women, probably our Marie Claire readers, can really relate to. Being a career woman and a mother and a wife and all those sort of things and juggling it and still looking fantastic.
In your 20s, the two most important things you can do for your skin: one, get on a great cleansing regimen. Absolutely, you need to know how to cleanse your skin. I noticed we have some Dove products, some of my favorite, in fact. Actually keep this by every sink in our apartment right now. Well, I mean, you know, you're a mom too. Yeah. Often we wash our hands and, you know, force our kids to wash their hands too. It's nice to have a cleanser that has lotion in it.
And then as far as makeup in your 20s, I think the message is really this is your time to get experimental like everything else in life. You know, take advantage of all of the fun trend-related things you can try, shimmery eyeshadows, bright lipsticks, because against, you know, really young-looking skin, all of that looks great.
Right, right. And on a less sexy note, the other important thing that you should be doing for your skin in your 20s is absolutely making sure that you slather on sunscreen every day. Really should start, you know, when you're 1 day old, but certainly in your 20s it will stave off lots of damage and help your 30s and 40s look more radiant.
And what about 30 skincare?
I would say the most important things are to get on a really good anti-aging regimen. Certainly you want to add a retinoid to your product lineup. Certainly it helps with cell turnover, and it makes the skin look clearer, and if you're still suffering from the lingering effects of acne, you know, it can certainly help unclog your pores.
And makeup-wise in your 30s, I think the important thing to concentrate on is this is where you want to develop your look. And perhaps, you know, you're developing your career at this point too. So you want to look a little more professional. This is not the time to come in with your, you know, goth-looking eyes necessarily,
Right,
unless you
right.
you know, make that your statement.
Right, unless you are.
But
yeah.
flawless skin always makes you look pulled together, and
Okay.
because your skin already probably doesn't look that badly aged,
Right.
the way to bring it out is with a little bit of foundation, strategically applied, not like a mask, just dabbed on where you need it.
For your 40s, skincare-wise, I'm going to actually do a combination skincare and makeup. Like your 30s, you need to obviously be thinking of active ingredients, anti-aging acne ingredients, but it's very important that you up your moisture level.
One more makeup point to remember in your 40s, as this is the time when things tend to go south a little bit.
That's a lovely thought.
This is when you want to make friends with your lip liner again.
Right.
Even
Right.
if you haven't used one in your 20s and 30s. So when your top lip line starts to be not quite as defined, your lips might not look as full and plump. Again, hydration is important, but also defining your lip line will help bring back the fullness of your
exactly,
lips.
and prevent that dreaded feathering.
Feathery look.
We're not actually going to cover hair in the story, but I saw these great products came in from Suave that I just thought we could chat about a little bit.
Also a topic that we've covered in relation to
aging,
beauty as
that's
you
right.
age, that your hair actually changes texture as you age.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important though. I mean, both of us obviously have kids, and we want products that help us maintain what we're paying a lot of money to get done in the salon, that give us the styles that we want, but that also
But they need to work fast.
They need to work fast, and we don't want them damaging your hair. Like they have to add shine or moisture, whatever. I love multi-purpose hair products for that reason. But some of these sounded great. Like this one is actually a daily leave-in treatment for 86% less breakage, which for me is a big issue. Certainly with the coloring and also with the mom ponytail that I sport on the weekends, I get breakage.
I spoke to a stylist the other day who said that this, not color fade, is the #1 complaint that he gets from his clients, that they have breakage around their hairline.
Often these kinds of products can also like replace a gel or a smoothing cream.
They thicken your hair, so I feel
Right.
like by definition they offer a little bit of roll.
Right. Great for the weekend if you just want to scrunch that in and be done with it.
Have sexy two-seater hair in your minivan life. Say yes to beautiful without paying the price. Suave.
One of the other benefits of being editor-in-chief is that you get to find out about all these other beauty products that we don't quite have room to put in the magazine. And this is one that Didi Gluck, our beauty director, who you saw earlier, was telling me about. It's by Shiseido. It's called the Makeup Dual Balancing Foundation, and she says it's good for 2 reasons. One, it tracks your skin's changes with you, so you can use it in your 20s, 30s, and even into your 40s as your skin gets drier. And the real reason it sounds great to me is that you can apply it in the morning. It doesn't need any touch-ups during the day, so basically it's great for 15 hours once you've put it on. Sounds excellent. Anything to save time in the makeup department. That's it for this episode, but in our next episode, we'll be taking you behind the scenes for the first ever fashion shoot at the United Nations. So, for another exclusive, join us in our next episode. Until then, goodbye.